But we are recording starting now.
Booga 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 booga.
Oh,
Coming from the underground,
Ground.
from the school of hard knocks,
Knox.
hitting motherfuckers back, taking off their watch. Got the ice on the wrist when you're
Wrist.
flexing with me.
Me.
No Parker Brown be
Brown.
perplexing the G's.
Ooh.
Alpha ice cream like the creamery. Don't give a fuck about the shit. It's my dreamery. Alpha capers, not the onions. Don't give a fuck about who you are, son, in where you come from or where you be MCing. Parker Brown's a demon from D.C. and Baltimore. Know that I be coming, it's raw. Hit it from the back. She's like, God damn, I never saw nothing like that. Hit it in the prime. Give her a little pat down her fucking spine. I'm fine like wine because I just keep aging. Don't give a fuck, can't pronounce L's like Asians.
Oh, Parker coming in with the controversial lyrics. He's spitting real loud so everyone could hear it. You know he's got balls, yeah, you know he's straight amazing. He only drinks hooch, yeah, you know he's not blazing.
Ooh.
Coming in hot, yeah, he's spitting about the Asians. Getting a little angry, yeah, you know he's straight raging. Coming with the bars, yeah, you know we're spitting hard. Sitting on a couch, yeah, we're not in a car because we just did the show at the port. You know, Mexicans, we don't deport. We respect all these open borders, collection shit like a couple of hoarders. Sitting here about to get the pot started. No, we're getting dumb, yeah, we're getting rough. Not gonna say it so I don't have to edit this show. But, okay, here we go.
Welcome to the
Drive Time Podcast.
It's very fun that you can tell how drunk we are by whether or not we freestyle.
Yeah, freestyling is a strong
It's a-
indicator of
yeah,
inebriation
Yeah.
on the Drive Time Podcast.
Inebriation. Good chilling with my man. You know he be Haitian. Afrocentric Asian. No.
I'm Haitian. I speak French, as they do in the Haitian nation.
I always thought like haters was like the collective term for like the individual term for someone from Haiti. You know what I mean?
Is a hater.
A hater.
I like that.
And then I heard Haitian. I was like, what the fuck's that?
Whoa. What's the deal here?
What's going on? They're like, yeah, that guy's a hater. I'm like, why do you hate people from Haiti?
Don't need no hater nation.
Don't need no hater
Don't
nation.
need no hater nation.
I don't know that song at all.
Family Affair by Mary J. Blige. Let's get it
I haven't-
percolating.
I don't know who's Mary J. Blige.
She's a black lady.
I thought I knew every black lady, but
Yeah, I thought you did too. I thought your people. You guys have never seen Parker, but he's a strong African American man
that's untrue.
with a bucket hat
I'm
who's
a very
dummy
weak
fat.
African American. Oh, wow.
No,
wow.
in a
Wow.
sexy,
Wow.
thick way.
Wow. How fucking dare you?
Mm-hmm.
I would roast you back, but you know what? I got class.
You
and
do
you know
have
what you
class.
got? You're like school in summer. No class.
Oh,
No class.
damn.
You know what I bet? You're not even going to wear a suit at your wedding. You'll probably be wearing overalls.
Oh, hit me with
You'll
the
probably
overalls.
You're probably coming on a tractor.
Yeah, rocking the Carhartt and the denims.
You got no class.
No class.
I'm just kidding, Al.
It's okay.
I know you're.
But you know what did have class? The Port Comedy Club
Port
tonight.
Comedy Club, very fun.
Parker and I both had a ball. Parker had one of the best sets of the night. I did okay. I did okay.
I think I did. I think Josh Caderna probably
Yeah.
had the best set.
Yeah,
It sounded
Josh was
like
killing,
Josh
getting
was
big
killing the
pops.
game.
Big pops.
He's one of those guys where it's like, oh, you're physically attractive and you do comedy.
Yeah.
Wow, you must have such a hard life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty gross.
You know, it must be so hard getting women.
He featured for Dusty Slay.
He featured for Dusty Slay.
I will say when it comes to like true art, like if you want to call comedy an art, Dusty Slay is probably the best right now.
What are you talking about?
Now,
I'm listening to some Dusty Slay.
hold on. When it comes to weaving jokes together and like layers of callbacks, Dusty Slay, he will have 4 callbacks to 4 different jokes in one joke. Like when it's like one-liner, classic comedy with callbacks and everything, Dusty Slay is like, I'm not saying he's the best comedian right now, but if you want to talk about comedy, it's like an art. He weaves everything together very nicely.
Maybe I haven't listened to enough Dusty Slay, but
Yeah, you kind of got to listen to
the
like
impression of perfectly, like he's perfectly placed for how good he is at comedy.
yeah.
Where it's like, you know, he's like, I would go see him. I'd be very happy to go see Dusty Slay, but I don't think he's like some genius.
He's just very good with like callbacks and weaving the whole set together. He'll do like an hour and there'll be
I feel like that's like all right. I feel like that's like what you value as a comic, like your first couple years of comedy. You think like that's like what really makes.
But the way he
things
does
funny.
it's very impressive.
But then you realize that like what's actually funny is like people that are just
Funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Like callbacks and stuff are like good crafting. Like they're very good.
That's what I'm saying
they're
though.
they're like polish. You know what I mean?
When people talk art of comedy.
Yes. Okay. I get what you're saying.
That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
I mean, I'd agree with that.
But I'm not. No, like I said, I'm not saying he's the best comedian. He's just very
Do you
crafty.
remember the first year, like how wrong you were about comedy? Like the first
Yeah,
years you did
100%.
comedy?
So
First years of comedy, you're just like, these people are so, and like now you're like, no, these people are horrible. These are the people.
And
that are really
also
good.
like what I thought doing stand up, like how to get good at it. Like when I started, I would do fresh set every time.
Oh wow.
For the first at least 6 or 7 mics, I didn't repeat a bit. All right. And the first time
I probably did that too for the first 6 mics.
I feel like a lot of people do because you're just trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. And the fourth mic, like obviously I bombed, but your first couple times you don't really expect to do that good. I know you did pretty good starting off.
Which fucked me up.
You came out the gate. Yeah, you're the Wunder Kid.
The
Wunder Kid, coming out swinging. But like my first couple times just eating dicks, and then the fourth time I got a couple pops. And I was like, I need to write that exact same set, but with different jokes. So I was like,
what does that mean?
So no, like I had a
same
joke.
premises, but different jokes?
Kind of. I was like, I had a joke about Black Friday. So in my next set, I need a joke about a different holiday.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I kind of get the logic there.
Yeah, but I was like, all right, my Black Friday, like, it was just like, I don't know. It was like kind of like a Bill Burr-esque kind of like, I don't want to get up at 3 a.m. to fight over a waffle iron with somebody on a jazzy scooter, like that kind of thing. And Wendy Towson, Wendy Towson told me it was a good bit while she was on stage. She's like, I laughed like 3 minutes later because I had to look up what a jazzy scooter was, and I was like,
a jazzy scooter is.
It's like the ones people roll around on at like Walmart.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, oh man, I'm like doing
You're doing great.
So I was like, I just need, and then so that was my fourth mic. My fifth mic, I bombed the hardest I've ever bombed in my life.
Oh yeah.
Like it's one of those ones where people are like not even looking at you, like they can't look at you. Like it's one thing when you bomb and people are just staring at you expectantly. Mm-hmm. It's another thing when people can't stand to look at you because of how hard you're bombing.
Oh yeah. Well, can I tell you? I don't think I've ever told this story on a podcast, but can I tell you about my fifth open mic? Because I had something. Okay. But no, I had I had my first 2 open mics ever were both Magooby's comedy competitions, and I won like not the whole end of the year competition, but like I won the night, my second time ever,
which
doing
is
stand-up
impressive.
Comedy. But that fucked me up because I didn't have like a good set for like 3 years after that. You know what I mean? But I don't even know if you know this story. I might have told you this.
I don't know.
But I like my third time, I think I went to Second Chance, which is where me and Al. No, I don't know if that's where we met. But
no, we met through Caleb. You guys
We
did
met
like Sound Room Cafe or something, or the Vape Room or something together. And then he was like, "Yo, I'm hanging out with Parker."
I beat him. Like he would have won those 2 times. I was on the Magooby's open mic show, whatever. And no, what was it?
Caleb really is a great joke writer with horrible luck.
I love Caleb. Caleb's one of my favorite comedians.
He's a great comic.
He's really a great comic. But hold on. This is a pretty crazy story. I think this is my only good comedy story.
Okay.
Which is like my third time doing comedy. I think I went to Second Chance. My fourth time I went to a place called Sidebar. If you remember Sidebar, which was like the room in Baltimore.
I never performed at Sidebar.
Really? I think I went there 3 times. Every single time. Well, the first time I went there, I was the first to sign up. I was there like an hour early. Like the show started at 8, but no one even like the show started at 8:30. You know what I mean? I was the first guy on the list. They put me up last. You know.
Nice.
And there's this chick there who's dead now, Phoenix. You heard about her? Who's a very nice lady, and I
was.
Sorry. But like before I go up, she brings me up. She's like, "Your next comic, Parker Brown," and like brings me up. I'm on stage with her, and she like starts doing like this bit that's like her thing, which is like, are you gonna eat my pussy? And like she's like, how are we gonna eat my pussy? You know, where are you gonna eat my pussy? Like, where are we gonna go for you to eat my pussy?
To
are you
you?
gonna eat it good? Yeah. And like the thing is, like, you know, especially your first times doing comedy, you're so fucking nervous that like to have a false start like that, you know what I mean, is like just torture.
Dude,
you know,
coming on stage while people are still like talking is the fucking worst.
Oh.
When you go up a little too early.
But no, imagine being on stage and like you're just like all you're thinking about is your jokes. And you're just like, haha, yeah. But no, yeah, you know, I mean, absolutely bomb. I think I bombed like worse than I've ever seen anybody bomb because I was like repeating bits and shit. Yeah, it was bad. Of course, it was all horrible.
Yeah.
But that's not the story. The story is the 5th time I ever did comedy. I went to Second Chance Saloon and I went up and I talked about Sidebar. You probably weren't there for this at all.
Probably not.
I talked about Sidebar, and then, you know, my big joke at the end was, I guess I shouldn't have invited my mom to stand-up comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious,
right.
obviously.
Crush.
But it got like that was the first time outside of Magoobies I got, like, any pop at all. You know what I mean? Like, that was the first time I got, like, even, like, like, it wasn't anything, but it was just, like, one person going, ha, 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 you know.
Do you have any footage of your early performances?
Yeah, I think I have the video of the first time I ever did it.
You know what?
Hold
sucks?
on, let me finish.
Oh
this
yeah,
story.
I didn't know there was more. Go ahead.
There's no. It's like we haven't.
We haven't even gotten to
the next person that goes up is a guy from DC, headliner.
Somebody
like,
I know.
Big, yeah. You definitely know this guy. And he goes up and he spends his whole time, like, roasting me and telling me to quit comedy, and like all of his, like, he doesn't do a single joke. His whole set is just Park, you should quit. You should never bring your notes on stage. You should never talk about
For a mic.
Room. At a mic, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was all bullshit. It's all wrong.
Yeah.
But also, you can never talk about another room. It's like there's no rule like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Completely. Yeah.
You know, and runs the light for like 3 extra minutes. He just doesn't do any jokes. Just tells me to quit comedy, and then after it was him and like Eric Navarro, if you remember him.
Yeah.
And like
He still does comedy.
Taylor Peppers.
Yeah, Taylor does not. But
all talking. I thought they were like, you know, the best comics ever. You know what I mean? So I went up to them and I was talking to the guy. I was like, yeah, so like, what? Like, I didn't know if that was like hazing. You know, like if that happened to everybody. And he goes, listen, first off, like, you're not a comic now. Like, that wasn't hazing. You honestly should quit comedy.
who said that?
The guy who
The guy?
roasted me. Yeah.
Shit.
Is that crazy?
That's
I've never
crazy.
I've never heard anybody else
No,
having
that's a fucked up
experience
story.
like that. Isn't that fucking crazy?
I will say.
And then he goes, the one thing I remember is he said this, he goes, if me telling you to quit made you quit, you would never make it in comedy. And I'm like, and now I think back to that, I'm like, he's not wrong. There are like worse things than that, like bombing. Like, you ever bomb in front of like 100 people? Like, that is like.
Yeah, bombing in front of 100 people, or if you invite a bunch of people out and they actually show up and then you eat a dick.
There was the longest time where I had a streak where anytime, like, I felt like I'd do good, like, for like a month, like, of open mics. Just like do pretty good every time, and then I'd invite someone out and I'd fucking eat a dick every time they came out. Which now I feel like I've broken pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, but
What's good for me is the first time Jackie saw me do stand-up, I did okay. But I did like 2 or 3 bits where I talked about people thinking I was gay. And then like the next comic went up and they'd be like, so Al's fucking gay, right? And I was like, no. But
were you trying to swoon her at this point?
I was.
When did you make the?
It was actually the night of our first kiss. Our first kiss was after that. Dude, you know what's crazy?
Remembering the night of your first kiss is kind of gay. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
lie
it
to you.
is, but it's because it was after.
Not that I wouldn't, but like it does sound kind of weird. Like it was the night of our first kiss.
It definitely.
And the moon shone high in the sky, and the butterfly. I remember the butterfly. A butterfly landed on.
I think it was the weekend after you performed with Jeff Richards. I think, or it was either the weekend after or the weekend before.
Okay.
It was right before the pandemic. And the only reason that it like sticks out in my head is because I had a mediocre set. and she
Ooh.
was still willing to kiss me.
Yeah.
That's a serious thing.
Well, that's the thing that I've learned is that
I brought so many people
women
out, though.
talk about like wanting to date someone funny so much,
Yeah.
and they don't mean like stand up funny. They mean
no, they
like,
don't. And they don't
like,
always get it. And I think that
They
was
don't want. They aren't like. Yeah, I want to meet a guy that has a good pedophile joke.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean.
well, and that's
They want to meet a guy that's like a little goofy, and so
Yeah.
it puts them at ease.
and
you
that
know?
was a hump jacket I had to get over because well, like I've said before.
I thought that was the first time you had sex.
Oh! No,
Sorry,
but
keep going.
well, because I was like grinding pretty hard to do stand up like right before we started dating, but then the pandemic happened a couple days after.
Yeah.
So I don't so I didn't do stand up for like I did it a couple times within the first year, but I was like I don't like she didn't necessarily realize like how often you do stand up or how often you're out at night when you're like for
when
real.
you're like trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you're trying.
Because it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 3 to 4 times a week if you're really trying to do it.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
like January of this year I went up like 30 times or something like that.
Damn.
She was like, "Oh, you've been out a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, this is what it is. Like, this is what it's supposed to, like, I don't know."
This is what it takes to tell dick jokes at
Yeah.
Johnny's
Well,
joke
it's
house.
it's such a hard thing to explain to people when you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna, especially because I have a pretty good drive. Like, the closest mic to my house is Cellar, and it's like 35 minutes.
Damn.
So it's like you have to rationalize to people while you have to drive at least like an hour and a half total
Yeah.
to be on stage for 5 to 7 minutes.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's a
Comedy in general doesn't make sense.
It's a hard thing to explain to people.
I don't understand why comedians do it. Like, I know why I do it, but
Oh,
like,
why do you do it? Let's talk about our motives. We've had a couple drinks. We normally can't get into drunk thoughts.
Oh, why do I do it? Because I think, one, I'm okay at it. I'm not terrible at it. Like, I know why I do it now.
Yeah.
But, like, looking back at the start, I'm like, why the fuck did I suffer through being, like, god awful at it? Like, I think a lot of people have a bad first year, and it kind of picks up. And I feel like for me, I had, like, a bad, 3 years where, like, even 3 years in, I really wasn't, doing very well, or doing okay.
I totally agree with that. Well, that's
And
why
then you see a lot of comics today, and they're not even a year in, and it's like
they're murdering us.
they're well, no, I wouldn't say that, but they're doing
There's a couple.
not that are better than us.
Yeah, but that are murdering who we were in our first year.
Oh, of course. Oh, completely.
Well, I feel like you don't
Who are murdering how good I was doing 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like when you start, you don't realize this is a real art of comedy podcast. But whatever, we've had a couple
That's
drinks.
fine. It's cool.
But
We're still drinking.
yeah, you don't realize when you start what you have to do to get good.
Yeah.
Like I definitely didn't because I would do I'd be like, holy shit, I hit 4 mics this month. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Like my first year, I probably performed 20 times. And I was like, yo, I'm grinding.
Well, the other thing that I realized that I completely fucked up is I would go in the city and have shitty sets, and I do well out in these Frederick mics.
Oh, dude, I
back
kill in
then.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and it's like no, you should go do comedy. Not always, but if there's an audience, you should go do comedy at the places you're sucking.
Yeah.
Because that's where you're gonna get better. Going out to some place where there, no offense, but there aren't the best comics, and doing well amongst them to make yourself feel better, that doesn't make you better at actually doing stand up.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's a fucking grind. But kind of off the story you told about the headliner or the comic who went after you shitting on you. I've talked about this before, but my second mic I ever did, Shane Gillis headline, and he went up and just shit on all the open micers. He's like everybody fucking sucks. And now he's huge, and I'm like, damn. But
he gets to say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I definitely didn't appreciate how good he was then. I was like, yo, he's bombing too, because it was a shit room.
But also, he probably got better too. That's the other thing is it
was 6 years ago.
You see people, and everyone's on a different trajectory. So you can see someone. I remember, I don't want to name names, but I know certain people that again for my first 3 years, I idolized and I thought were the best fucking people ever. And I would say that I'm better than those people now. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's some part of that that's cool, but you never feel like that. You know what I mean? You never feel like the people you idolize. You only feel like you realize like how bad they were that you didn't understand at the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Whereas if you're an audience member, you probably think of them the same way you thought of them as like a shitty comic. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's what's like
again, not that either of us are like good comics. Like I'm not trying to pretend like
there's a disclaimer on the episode that like Parker's a better comic than I am, but neither of us are that great. And so it's like
I wouldn't say that either. I'd say we're pretty neck and neck right now.
You're a much better writer.
I think I've been a better comic than you at certain points, and I think especially like before the past 4 months, you were better than me because you were doing it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I'd say we're pretty close right now.
I think you're a better writer. I just think I'm better on stage. Like if I'm being brutally honest, I think that's kind of the trade-off. Is your jokes are a lot better. I'm just an attention whore that likes to be on stage, and that's why
you're definitely better like stage work, like crowd work, and like
this is a real self-suck podcast. Yeah,
it is.
But it's the Babylon.
We
of our
do
podcast.
have each other's dicks in our mouth. We hear some gargle.
Well, it's a convenience.
Yeah, you're definitely the better.
Normally I'm driving, so it's harder for us to both do it. But no, that's like why I started. Like we were talking about why you started comedy, but I started just because like everybody. I felt like I was like always the second funniest kid in every class in high school, and it drove me insane.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, I need to be the funniest person. Then I got class clown my senior year. I got elected, and I was like, I need to prove to these people that their votes were worthwhile. I was like,
I got most likely to die alone.
Oh really? No, that actually, that makes sense.
Yeah, which is right.
Yeah. Oh god, man, this podcast.
It's very weird. They'd never done that one before. And
yeah,
for me,
they made it
like,
just for you. There wasn't
like,
anybody else. It was just Parker.
And it was just, it was very weird. The principal of the school being like, I agree completely.
The principal's the one who was like, you know what we should add this year?
Oh, no. It is crazy, though. I don't know. I think dating is crazy, especially for me right now, because you're locked up.
Yeah.
You're pretty locked up. You probably aren't going to be on the market anytime soon.
I know. Hopefully not.
Hopefully
I already proposed.
never. But, but like right now, it's like, for me, it's like crazy because, I get way more than I should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I seem like I like don't get anything at all, but like I do get sometimes.
You're dabbling.
It's never relationships though, but like, I don't know. But it also just like I feel like right now, like with the dating apps and like just this like loneliness that people have amongst them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get that. Like I just feel like there's so many people right now that are just so fucking lonely.
Yeah.
And there's like this combination of like sexual liberty where everybody can like there's a huge amount of like
no slut shaming.
No slut shaming, OnlyFans, which I'm not saying any of it's bad, but like this absolute prevalence of, and this might be too heady for the podcast, but like this prevalence of like sexual liberty and this complete like scarcity of like real like connection that people have that leads to this like crazy fucking like relationship market where like I don't know, I've definitely gotten some stuff that it's like I shouldn't have gotten. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But then also I feel like sometimes I'm not getting stuff that I should get. You know what I mean? It's like...
Brutal. All right, this is kind of related because we were talking earlier how I've been trying to get more learned and I was listening to this.
No, you said you were trying to get more pussy.
No. God.
Oh, learn it. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I was telling you I was listening to that podcast. You said you're very learned on the Roman Empire, right?
I'm not super learned, but I love learning about it.
Yeah,
I think it's very interesting.
Fascinating. And what's the OG king's name? Romulus?
Romulus and Remus, I believe, were the two.
Yeah, so I was listening to this podcast about it, and they were talking about like the Roman Empire and how like early on there was like not a lot of women in this civilization, so they were like almost immediately the population was on the brink of dying, and so they were just like what's the word, incels? They were like a bunch of incels, and they were
hell yeah,
they were going to neighboring communities, and they were like, yo, can we get some bitches? And they were all like, nah.
Yeah.
And so they just like were kidnapping women. They would like throw parties and then kidnap women, and that's why Rome exists. Because they
bring
were just,
it back.
Yeah, they were.
No.
They were just like, we're not getting any pussy. We need to go.
There is no motivator like a group of young men that aren't getting any pussy.
Yeah.
That is literally what has changed civilizations again and again.
Yep.
If you look at civilizations, when you give the young men, when they're getting laid, harmony, peace. When you start giving them pussy, communism, fascism, colonialism. That's what these are born after. A lot of people think that, what's the Italian guy that came to America? Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
They think he came for riches, for spices, for gold.
Came for
Really? You'd sail across the Atlantic for some gold?
Mm-hmm.
Hell fucking no. But let's say you're Christopher Columbus. Every girl you go up to goes, no, I will not fuck you, Christopher Columbus. So your dick is too small.
I need to get some pussy.
You know what he does?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, hey, I gotta go real quick. I gotta go across the Atlantic.
It's like the old saying.
I can totally imagine a dude going across the Atlantic. They're just like, there's pussy over there.
Well, they always do that line. Was it in 1492? Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Oh,
But they leave out the last line where it's like to get some tasty poon.
To get some tasty food.
That's the whole limerick.
He just showed up, and I don't know why, but it's just so funny. Just imagine Christopher Columbus with a bunch of like native people from the that won't reach.
It will. This is an 18-foot cable.
Oh baby, but just like, hello, my name is Christopher Columbus. Yeah, definitely just hit my fucking paintings with the freezer. Perfect. Thank you,
It is
Al.
a poorly placed.
Don't you fucking dare
is this
talk
the
about
first dollar?
No, it's from like the 1923.
Nice. Sorry, I forgot.
You want to know how much that's worth?
Probably $3.
So exactly as much as it's.
Really?
It's pretty much. No, I actually think they're worth like $20 each. But, dude, can I tell you? All right, this is on the low. Don't tell anybody, even though we're putting it on a podcast.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I do have some. Wait, no, actually, I'm not. I'm not going to talk about that.
Hell yeah! All right, guys.
But I will say that it is funny, like imagining Christopher Columbus being like with indigenous people, and they can't like. It's not that they can't understand him because he speaks a different language, but they can't understand him because of his Italian accent. You know what I mean? Well, hello there. My name is Christopher and they're like, dude, what the fuck is this guy saying?
Dude, speak English.
Dude, speak English. Yeah, but he made it to like some islands. Like he never got to like the actual continental.
He was in like
America.
Central and South America. He never saw the 13.
Well, no, I don't think he ever made it to South America. He just made it to the islands, like close to there, and he's like, Again, if he was looking for gold, if he was looking for spices, he would have kept going. But you know what he found on those islands? Women.
Bitches.
I would say women.
Yeah, you would, because it's Women's History Month.
Although,
yeah, I guess this will come out during Women's History Month, but barely, only just. This will actually be one of the last podcasts released in Women's History Month.
In honor of Women's History Month, I think me and Al are going to do a duet of Who Runs the World, Girls.
Girls run the world.
Girls
run the world.
Girls.
We run this motherfucking world.
Yeah. Also, read a history book, Beyonce.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus wasn't no bitch.
Yeah. Her name was actually Christine Columbus.
Oh.
She was who?
Hickory dickory dock. Christine Columbus was sucking some conquistador cock.
In 1942, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Oh.
Why did he blue? He needed the money.
Come on.
Come on.
Little Miss Muffet.
Dude, it is crazy that Andrew Dice Clay perfected comedy in the 80s.
Yeah.
And literally everything after that has just been trying to get back to the heights of... That motherfucker sold out Madison Square Gardens for 2 nights in a row.
Doing nursery rhymes.
Going hickory dickory. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
Eating a
What's a tuffet?
Nobody knows.
No one knows. Pretty sure that's just another word for pussy. It's the pussy.
A lot of talk of the puss on this cast.
It is. Listen, we've got a couple beers in us.
Yeah, a couple brews.
We should do the couple beers podcast. Hey,
yeah. What if this is the transition where the Drive Time podcast no longer involves driving at all, and
it's just us drinking beers on a couch?
Yeah, it's just preparing.
It's called the Alcoholics Podcast. Hey, what if I don't know, like the Kool-Aid Man? What if he put some vodka in his top?
Yeah, would he get drunk or would the people around him get drunk?
Exactly. He just bust through a wall. Oh, yeah, they're like, like, Kool-Aid Man, this is a pattern of behavior.
Yeah.
He busts through the wall to his intervention. Oh, yeah, they're like, take a seat. Take a seat, Kool-Aid Man. We've got to talk to you.
We got to do a little test of your Kool-Aid.
He has a human wife for some reason. Doesn't even make sense.
The kids miss you. They're just these fucking. They're
chimeras.
They're cups.
Yeah. They're chimeras of humans in the Kool-Aid Man picture. Were you ever a Kool-Aid guy?
No.
Me either.
Great. We just gave away our ethnicity. Way to go, Parker.
Wow.
Quite.
It does seem like a very 70s drink. Like,
I drank Tang.
I drank Tang too. I fuck with Tang.
Yeah.
Is Tang white people Kool-Aid? Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, you definitely hit the nail on the head.
Because it definitely sounds like Asian people Kool-Aid.
It does.
Tang.
Don't do the accent.
The Wu-Tang
Oh,
clan.
yeah.
I used to
Not
have
a lot
the
of
dumbest
Asians in
joke.
the Wu-Tang clan.
The dumbest joke that was like, the Wu-Tang clan was named after an astronaut finding out what beverages they have on the International Space Station.
Wu-Tang!
Wu-Tang! So dumb.
I feel like that was like the marketing pitch that sold my dad as being a Tang buyer and not a Kool-Aid buyer.
What?
The astronauts drank Tang?
Yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure they didn't. I'm pretty sure any powdered substance they can have on the...
Yeah, I feel like it would clog vents or something.
Yeah, it would get in the air. That's why their shit's from a tube. Because, you can suck on a tube and it doesn't go out into the air.
Yeah.
Cloud up instruments.
I hate a cloudy instrument. I've been saying that since day one.
What do you think zero gravity's like? Do you think it would feel cool, or do you think it would immediately wear off the novelty of it?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool for as long as you could be entertained by bouncing off a wall. But right after that,
you'd be like, "This is actually very inconvenient."
Yeah. Every time.
Have you ever seen the astronauts getting stuck?
No.
So because of Newton's third law and shit, you can get completely stuck in.
Oh, if you're floating in the middle?
If you're floating in the middle because you have nothing to, you can't generate momentum for yourself because you have nothing to
push off of. Yeah.
So there are things they have to hand, I think there's a big stick that they can give to people to
yeah,
get them out of getting stuck. But that's just a thing that happens sometimes. You just be like, guys, I'm stuck. It's physically impossible for me to, the one thing you can do, I think, is, if you took off your pants, through them, that would, push you, slightly the other way, and eventually you'd get to,
He just throwing off articles of clothing.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, shit, Brad's naked.
Or you could,
either he got stuck or he's trying to hump Betty again.
That does sound like one of your bits for some reason.
Thanks.
Brad's naked. Do you have a Brad's naked chick?
I don't.
Chick?
I
Can we
did.
start calling them chicks?
Chicks?
I know, like calling jokes jicks, so we sound like real comedians.
Yeah, no, we need
That was a good jick, dude.
Yeah, that sounds like a slur for a joke.
Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, can we do, have you ever seen Training Day? Jesus.
No, I haven't.
You never seen Training Day?
No, I've missed a lot of important movies.
Training Day is a very good movie, but I was just thinking of Training Day, but it's a comedian instead of a cop. And he's like, "That's a rape joke, Jake. You like how that makes you feel?" You've never seen the movie, so you
I
don't
haven't,
get
but
it
I'm going
at
to give
all.
you a giggle in solidarity.
There's a part where he smokes, what's his name? Remember the Titans, black guy.
Denzel Washington?
Denzel Washington is like, he makes like his partner, like the whole movie's about like it's his partner's first day on the job, and he makes him smoke weed, right? And he's like smoking it, and he's like feeling really weird, and he's like, that's PCP, Jake. Didn't know you like to get wet, Jake. And it's very funny. Well, it's not supposed to be funny, but it's like a very iconic part.
Yeah.
And so instead of like that, it's like, that's being canceled, Jake. Like how that feels, Jake? Do a little rape joke, Jake. Go ahead. Do a little rape joke.
You're making light of a very serious situation.
That's called getting canceled, Jake. Didn't know you like the all right. I don't know. I think there's something there. What are we looking at time-wise? We're only 36 minutes in. God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to push it like crazy.
Let me check your phone real quick.
Anything from Jackie?
Facebook from Sonia McClung.
Who the hell is that?
I have no idea. Instagram, Eric Schmidt.
Oh, I love Eric.
Swipe up. I love Eric too. What's your code? Let me guess. 1112.
You're in.
Oh, it keeps going. It doesn't tell you how long the code's supposed to be.
Parker's trying to hack into the mainframe right now.
Putting on commencing hack. Computer run hack subroutine. Alpha. Oh, your code isn't 13 things long.
You didn't. Oh no. It was just 1.
Really?
Yep. No.
It's not. Thank God. Just better talk about your cybersecurity real quick and tell you that that's actually very insecure.
Speaking of insecure, you should not be insecure. This sweet pad you got here for yourself, Parker. High ceilings.
Very high ceilings.
High ceilings.
Very big selling point. I think I lucked out.
Really?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. One, I know you're never going to experience this because, you're locked up now. But living without a roommate is like I have considered like, even if I do get married, being like, we should have separate
Houses.
not houses, but maybe like sections of the house. Sleep in a different room unless like we want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because having a space where like you can get up, no one's like, you don't care about like noise or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, walking around naked.
Walking around naked. That's why the blinds are down, so
Yeah.
I can,
Strut around with your dong out.
jerk off in every corner of the fucking house.
That's nice.
No, I don't know. Living by yourself, like, there are some downsides. Like, it is a little scary at night sometimes. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where, like, I hear shit and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you can't blame it on anybody else.
And, but I don't know. I guess that's just living in a place, but just being, like, just having your own spot is
Just
insane.
Out here living La Vida Loca.
Not too expensive either, especially for this location.
Yeah. Yeah, you
You
got
know.
a pretty good location. You're very close to Fells Point.
Exactly. And Canton. I can walk to Canton, too.
Mm.
So,
Parker's out here like
I wonder-
DMX about to party up.
I guess, you know what? I think that might be another, like, injection point for comedy.
Uh-huh.
A lot of Fells Point mics. What do you got? You got the Port,
Got Max's. You got
Max's.
Fells Point Tavern.
Slante.
Yeah, how was that?
Good.
Really?
Greg. Fuck, I can't remember his last name. I like Greg. Even though if I didn't like him, I probably wouldn't say it on the podcast. But
Okay.
no, I like Greg. And good number of It's definitely like a comic mic though. Like there is audience there, but like when I got there was maybe 10 comics, and like when I left there was maybe like 20 comics there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like so it's definitely I would say like comic mic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely on my list now for a Monday too. Now you can do Church of Satire if you go up early. Not even early. Like if you go up before 9, you can make it to Slante.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll have to hit it up
play.
because that's pretty convenient for when I get off work too.
It does suck for you though. Like for me, it's perfect because I have to drive back to Fells anyway. So it's like just another pit stop. And parking and stuff on a Monday night in Fells is not bad at all. Even though I did get a fucking parking ticket.
Oh.
$32. Not the worst.
Isn't there a parking garage attached to this building?
Yeah, I'm not on it though.
Why not?
There's limited. It's, like, I think there's only 18 spots.
Oh shit.
There's like 5 times 12. I think there's like 70
How do you get a spot? Is it like a lottery?
wait list.
Oh.
So you have to wait for someone to come off the wait list to get on.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
That's fucked up. Well, how long do you want to go with this podcast?
Up to you.
Because I got to drive home.
You want to call it?
What time is it? Yeah, we should probably call it.
Yes, you got it.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to do.
Sonia McGlung is somebody who posted in the Westminster online community.
Oh.
Good to know. I'm a part of the Westminster online community.
I've been trying to work on my Christopher Walken. Did you see my story? My
No.
intentionally bad Christopher Walken impression?
Is it good?
Huh?
Is it good?
I thought it was good. But again, like when I promote shows, I try to do, like, you've seen it, intentionally bad comedy.
Yeah. Set the bar low.
No, it's not. It's that I think it's kind of stupid to be posting. Not stupid. I might post some of the stuff, some of the riffs we had from tonight. But I think it's kind of weird to try and like actually do comedy for like a Snapchat story or some shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's way more funny if
and
you're
meta.
Meta. Yeah, I think it's more meta if you're like doing kind of intentionally bad stuff, But my Christopher, like I've been trying to work on my Christopher Walken. If I can, do you mind?
Go
if
for it. Wow.
Oh wow,
that's good.
You're really gay. Oh, I shoved this ass up my watch. That was my big thing for the
wow.
Instagram. No, I don't care. You're looking like a stupid comic. I don't know.
Well, sometimes you have to look like a stupid comic.
Wow, this is the Drive Time podcast?
Oh, get a load of this guy.
This is so cool. I wish I could be on in real life. This is the actual Christopher Walken. I'm walking here. Oh, you think that's funny?
We paid for a cameo for Christopher Walken to come on and do that.
Oh.
Christopher Walken, give us a freestyle.
Yo, chilling with my friends in There's Never Ends, killing all the homies. No, I drive on chromies, shove the watch up my ass. Don't give a fuck about my past. No, I be puffing on glass. Furious, well, I got the fast in the bedroom. No, they call me two pumps. Ain't a chump. No, that girl got the big dumps like Cisco. I got Crisco. Buying all my food from Cisco. God damn it. Check it. About to blow up any second. Give me one more beat, one more bar. Coming out from the car, going far. Check it. Fresh. Gotta be fresh. All right, I think that's going to do it.
Whatever.
Let's wrap it up.
This has been the Drive Time Podcast. I'm
Wow,
Alfred
you're
Barnes.
looking slumped.
Dude, I'm tired as a motherfucker.
Well, you can sleep on the couch if you want.
No, I gotta get home to the old ball and chain.
The
old bag of dicks, as we call it in the business.
All right. Cool.
This has been the Drive Time Podcast. I'm Alfred Barnes.
I'm Parker Brown.
Peace.
Have a good one.